Hey guys, it's Heather from Sweet Simple Life. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a little review of our curriculum that we had last year in kindergarten. So I know the school year is coming up, so I figured I would just go ahead and talk about what we used last year in kindergarten and what we liked. I'm getting joined by our little one right now. He wants to be in the video. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. He's going to do a little review with us. So let me show you what we have here that we used last year. Okay, so these are the items we used for our homeschool year last year for kindergarten. It was our first year homeschooling, and we didn't really want to get too in-depth with the different curriculums. We just wanted to kind of try out the homeschool year, and we really enjoyed these items. We didn't want to get too crazy and stress out myself or Ethan. So let's start with over here on reading. So he did not know how to read starting kindergarten. We weren't sure if we were actually going to do homeschool that year, and so we were going to put him in regular school. So we thought, okay, well, they'll teach him how to read there. And then we decided, yes, we are going to go ahead and homeschool. So that job was mine. So I did a lot of research, and I came across the Reading Lessons in 20 Easy Lessons, and also the other book. I'm not sure who it's by, but it's the 100 Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Lessons or Less. And I read some reviews on, I was trying to figure out which one of those two I wanted to use. I read some different reviews on both, and one of the reviews I looked at on the inside of the other book, and it was just a lot, like really tiny letters, or not tiny letters, but it just seemed like a lot going on for a kindergarten year. It just seemed a little crazy for me. So I decided I wanted to go ahead and try this one. And so as you can see, it's very simple. As you get, the letters a lot bigger. So you start off with, obviously, lesson 1. It tells you a little bit how to let me get to it, how to do the book, how to use this course, and then what like a parent should say, and then what the kids, what they're going to do, and what you focus on here. So it tells you different beginning, the alligator sounds. So it shows you the different little, I don't know if you can see that one, the different little icons on them for the different pronunciations of each vowel. So we really recommend this book. We started the school year with this, and then within maybe a month and a half the most, because we just kind of flew through it because he just really wanted to continue with it. Within a month and a half, he was able to read. He was able to read these end ones stories by themselves, and then we did little Bob books as well. But then after the rest of the school year, he just kind of read different books, and so a lot of it, what we started with on his own, were like. So a lot of what we started after we finished this book, since he was able to read, were these small books. Daniel Tiger, I always get that name mixed up. So he was able to read these just short little books on his own. Those things like this that you can pick up. And he was able to do that. So we just continued, we progressed throughout that time to a little bit thicker books, or a little bit more books that had, more words on them. And then, let's see, for example, like this, we picked up at Costco, and it was a pack of like 11 books. And so it's a little bit smaller words. Not words, I'm talking about the size, but there's not many, it's not overwhelming, and he was able to look at the pictures, and he was able to read these by himself. And so he would do a lot of these, and for our curriculum, I would read aloud, then he would read to me. And to be honest, now, I'm trying to put out a book that he reads now. So now, the end of kindergarten, or the summer of between kindergarten and first grade, he reads these books. And he read this book in one day. So we started it in the morning, and just throughout the day, wherever we went, if we went to the store, he'd take it in the car. And then just here at the house, if we were just kind of bored doing nothing here at the house during the summer, he would just go ahead and pick it up and just start reading. So I think it's pretty amazing. So I guess that's where he marked that one page, but it has, let's see, how many pages does it have? I guess we're at the end here. 214 pages, and he read that in one day. So we have 6 of these. We picked them up at Costco. Really good find. $8.98 for these. And he has 6 of these, and he's already read 3. And so now I'm keeping these for our youngest when he starts to read. But now we have to go get chapter books for him, which is pretty amazing for first grade. I don't know, I guess going into first grade, I don't know what the level he's supposed to be at, but we're just kind of winging it with what he likes to do, what he likes to read. And so we're reading chapter books now for first grade. So it's kind of cool, kind of changes up our curriculum for this next year. But I say yes, he had a great teacher, haha. But also, I really enjoyed this book. He was able to read it go through, learn how to read very quickly. And we weren't trying to rush it or anything. I had no idea I didn't have any expectations. My thing was just, for kindergarten, my focus was reading, and that was it. Because you can't really do anything else without reading. You can't learn the instructions for math or science or anything like that. So, anyway, so long story short, we love this book. We recommend it. And on to the next thing. So then we also, in combination with this, we also did the Bob books. This one was Sight Words, Kindergarten and First Grade Collection. And we, like I said, in combination, so we read these as well. Oops, changed all the way to the end. In the beginning, I can't get in the middle. So again, these are small little words. And very small, there's 10, 12 pages. And there's 19 books in here, I believe, or 20 books. No, I can't get that in there. 16. Oh, no, I didn't realize it told you, like, first grade level. So he just flew through these as well. But we did really enjoy this along with this at the very beginning. But now, like I said, he's a more advanced reader. Along with that, so that was our learning to read. For our phonics, we went with the Explode the Code. We really enjoyed it as well. Again, first new to everything, so just kind of doing some research on what other moms did, and we enjoyed it. So it was very simple. It wasn't too, the instructions, the instructions weren't too crazy, so it was just, the cat is fat, a rat is sad, and you have to look at the picture and see which one it is. So it's very simple, and it tells you how to recognition of what these items are, and then how to spell, and also works on your handwriting as well. So we did all of that. This is book 1. Okay, so we finished Explode the Code, and I brought out number 2, but we didn't. I think we started the first page of number 2, but I wasn't sure if I was supposed to get, this is Beyond the Code, if I was supposed to go in order, like Explode the Code, Beyond the Code, because I'm new to all this. So we started a couple pages, and I was like, well, maybe we should just go back and do Beyond the Codes. That way if we're supposed to go in order. So we went and we did the Beyond the Code for number 1. I forgot to pull it out for some reason. And we enjoyed that. It was about a certain, stories. And so it just kind of reviewed what was in this section. But it was a lot, instead of doing penmanship, it was a lot of reading a story and doing comprehension. So that was kind of cool. I don't believe you have to do Beyond the Code with this program, but we chose to. And so I pulled these out, but these are actually, we're going to start in first grade. I have Explode the Code and Beyond the Code on level 2 as well. So we'll do that for first grade. Sorry about that. We also added sight words in kindergarten. We printed this out by Erica from Confessions of a Homeschooler, and just a bunch of sight words. Messed it up, so we put them in these little things. We picked these up I think it was like a 12 pack on Amazon for I think $5 or $8, $5 I think it was. So anyways, we put those in there so that we can reuse them if we need to go over again this next year, or even having our second child to reuse it that way. And it has some sight word search, circle a sight word, so just more repetition. Enjoyed that. We added that with our curriculum. And then with math, we started with Singapore Math, Primary Mathematics 1A. So we started with that, and we really enjoyed it. I did not get the teacher's instruction manual, and I don't know if I should have or not for level 1. Maybe as he progresses, I'll get it just so I can remember. But this is kind of simple stuff that I can at least remember how to do these things. So we did this, and then what is this? This is the textbook. So he did not write in the textbook. I would just teach him, and then when we got to the workbook, he would write in it. The only thing that we only went halfway, or we skipped a couple of pages, because when it came to the word problems, he was not at that point yet of word problems. And so we skipped a couple pages of that. So this year, we're going to finish the rest of this. See, like this end part we didn't even get to, because I just didn't want to bombard him with that. So we ended up doing something else. So this next year, first grade, we're going to go ahead and finish that. And then we may move on to 1B, depending on how he is. And so we ended up doing, I just printed out some math worksheets and games. I went to the worksheetfun.com, printed out some word problems and how to do that. Again, we put them in these little things with dry erase markers, so that way we could just go over it again and again. So that way he just kind of built up his confidence. And so it also, we printed out from the same worksheetfun.com fractions, and that was a miss up on that side. And then color 5/7. So we did a little fraction stuff. And then let's see, tally, count and tally. Just some basic stuff that I figured he probably needed to know before he got into the deep curriculum. So if some of the instructions on like these, if that said, make a graph of something, he didn't kind of look at me like, well, what is a graph? So he kind of knew here. And then I printed out, counting by twos. And he would count by twos, count by fives, tens, things like that. They had pretty different little ones. It's kind of cute. And then least to greatest kind of thing, what comes in between. So we did basic stuff like that. And then missing numbers, like different games. And then domino. He really enjoyed this. We had dominoes, and I would place one domino here, and then if it had like 5 dots on it, then he would put a 5, and if it had 2 dots, he would put 2, and then he would have to add them together. Things like that. And then this one he really enjoyed, an equality game. So one has the less than, and then the other one has a greater than, the alligator facing the other way. And so you would have to put which one, that's that side, which one was greater than, less than, or equal to. So we did that. So that was really fun for him because he was able to do the chomp with the alligator. So we did that, and then we did a lot of like some worksheets. We did, this is it. We picked this up, I think it was a Target dollar spot, and it's dry erase. And so we did some basic addition, subtraction. Oh, that's still addition. Oh, this whole thing is addition. I guess I have another one that's subtraction. So we did basic addition and subtraction. We started off with just single numbers, and then we got into double digits as the year progressed. So, like I said, just basic. I didn't have an actual curriculum for that, but now that he has the basics down, then we'll move on to this this coming year in first grade. Now for social studies, or kind of whatever you want to call it, we used a variety of things. Again, we didn't want to bombard him with a lot of stuff, so we kind of did geography we picked this up at the dollar spot. Sorry, my youngest ripped that when he wanted to use it. Dollar Tree, not Dollar Tree, I'm sorry. You know what? I can't remember if this was the Dollar Tree. No, this was the Target dollar spot. Anyway, and it does all of the states, and it gives you a little, like it said, their name, the flag. It has their capital, what the state looks like. It has it written where you can practice writing it. a fun fact and like a little thing that you can do here. So we did that, and then we went and we would do the puzzles. We have a couple of these, like different types, and he would do the puzzles and then look at the actual capitals. I enjoyed that. That way he was able to learn about the states and the capitals. And then we also found this one. I think it was at this was at the Marshalls, and it was on sale for $7. So if you ever come across anything that's Crocodile Creek Discover Europe, we found this one. I'm hoping that they have different ones in different countries and different continents, but this one is Europe. And I don't know if you can kind of see through here. So it's a pretty big puzzle. It's 100 pieces, but you put it together, and then it has these little things that stick up. I probably should just open it for you. And that way it just kind of makes it more fun. Let me open it for you. Okay, so these are the sizes of the puzzle, and then it has little directions, and then it tells you of each country, information about each country. So we would put this together, and then we'd pick one and kind of focus on it for a week and talk about the types of food they have, how they dress, the music, the just architecture, things like stuff like that we would focus on. Nothing too in-depth because, again, it's kindergarten. But, like, this is an example. So after you put the whole map together, the puzzle together, then you can put these little guys. Some are guys, some are just, like, different things. Like this one, them dancing. And then you turn it over, and it tells you where to put it. You put it on Spain. And so that way it kind of makes it like a 3D thing. Really cool. And I think it's really fun for the kids. That way it's just not just a regular puzzle. It kind of makes it, oh, let me find where this one goes. And this one's Ukraine. And it also shows you the country. So this is really neat. Like I said, I've only seen this one with Europe, and I really enjoyed it. I've seen them online, and they're, I think, quite a bit more. I can't really tell how much that one was. Maybe if I peel that off. Oh, nope. It was $10 at Marshall's compared to, I don't know, $15, I think is what it, on the back side of that. $15, but then it was on sale for $7. So I picked it up for $7. So that was all of our curriculum for kindergarten homeschool. It was math, reading, writing. I don't think I told y'all writing. We picked up a little booklet from like Walmart or the dollar store, and it was just, I wrote something at the top of it, and he would just copy what I wrote, and it was just practicing writing. This year we actually have a handwriting program that we're going to use, but it was kindergarten, so we just didn't want to get too in-depth in that. So it was reading, writing, math, social study or geography, and then science. So science I didn't show you. Science I used just kind of, he really enjoys astronomy, sea life, so we would just kind of pick a topic and then focus on that for about 2-3 weeks and learn different things about it. So if he really wanted to learn about the whale shark, sorry, my little one is pushing a bubble lawnmower around the house right now. So that's what that noise is. Anyway, so the science, so if you want to learn about whale sharks, then we just would print out pictures of whale sharks, go to the library, get a book about whale sharks, and then just talk about where they lived, what area of the world they lived in, what type of food they ate, things like that. And he really enjoyed it. So sometimes it would last about 2-3 weeks. Sometimes it may just been a week. And then we would switch to something else. So again, we did a lot of planets. We did a lot of planets, and then we did a lot of sea life is what we kind of focused on. So this year we're actually going to do a different program, but we'll get into that when I do the haul for that. So I think we covered everything that we wanted to get covered this past year for kindergarten, and set the base level for us for this next couple years. And I hope you enjoyed all the items we covered, and if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and look out for my next video about the upcoming first year curriculum that we'll have. Alright, see you later guys. Bye.